if you're ready, Kev, we'll pass over to you.
Cheers, Karen. Absolutely fantastic. I would just like to say, Sharon, that was one hell of an amazing testimonial. To say that was the first time you'd ever spoken on a webinar or anything like that. You're as cool and calm as a cucumber, and the information that you shared was absolutely fantastic. Guys, if you were listening to that, I seriously hope you took on board some of the amazing points that Sharon made, because there's nothing changed about this business from before when Sharon joined to when she joined to during she's joined. The business is exactly the same now as it was a week ago, a month ago, 6 months ago, 12 months ago. I won't say it's the same as it was before then, because we didn't have K-Life, or we weren't doing Facebook, but we are now. But this business hasn't changed in 12 months. The only thing that has changed is Sharon's thought patterns, Sharon's attitude, Sharon's belief, Sharon's vision of her future. She's now prepared to do more than what she was prepared to do before, because of an event, because of training, because of association with successful people. I cannot stress to you enough how important the events are. If you are serious about why you joined this business. I'm serious, Karen's serious, Sharon's serious, and there's a lot of other people on this webinar who are serious about their business. But it doesn't matter how much we want it for you. If you don't want it for yourself, there's nothing we can do to make it happen. And I can't be more honest than that, guys. I can't say it more simpler. It's down to you if you want this business to work. However, on that point, Karen said that I'm going to be doing a training on placing your orders over the Christmas period and things like that. I'm not, because period 13 is just like any other period, okay? The beauty of this period is we have a full period that takes us right up to Christmas and period 1. Your retail's not affected, your deliveries won't be affected, everything is normal as it always has been. But what you do need to do, what will be affected, again, is your mindset. Why? Well, let me run through why. Okay, guys. Why is period 13 different to any other period? Well, basically, it's the Christmas mindset. It's the 6 inches between your ears and your thought patterns. Again, it all comes down to what you think. You see, 13 is unlucky for some, but period 13 is a lucky number for us. Now, are you the kind of person that likes to wind down, running up to your holidays, running up to Christmas, maybe your summer holidays when you're going away and things like that? Are you the sort of person that likes to wind down? Okay, because it's perfectly natural. I used to be. I was certainly that kind of person. All right. You might want to say to yourself, it's been a busy year for many. You all deserve an holiday, and you certainly do. Every one of you has worked hard in some area of your life, whether it's your business, whether it's your family, all right, whether it's maybe hobbies or other things you've had going on throughout the year. You might have had a stressful year, all right. It's the season of goodwill and peace to all men. So, okay. So you might want to just eat, drink, and be merry, put your feet up, have a cup of tea, all right? But after all, Christmas is only 3 days for most people in a job, all right? And if you're self-employed, maybe you should have 3 weeks off. That's what I used to think. I used to think, how unlucky for those in a job that's only getting maybe Christmas Eve if they're lucky. Most people in retail and that, if they're working for somebody else, will be working Christmas Eve anyway. All right. If they're lucky, they get to finish at dinner time. They get Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and then they're back again. And if they're really lucky, they might get New Year's Day. There's thousands of people out there that won't even get that. Nurses, public sector, military, police. There's loads of people that don't even get 3 days over Christmas. Some people get nothing at all. And we have a choice. We're really fortunate. If we want, we can take 3 weeks off. We can take a month off. But are you the kind of person who gets fired up instead? All right. It might have been a busy year, but it's not over yet. It's good enough for all the other stores to be open. All the DIY, the retail, and everybody else is open because Christmas is one of the busiest retail periods, if not the busiest retail period of the whole year. And if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for me. After all, I want the finer things in life. I want what hard work brings. I want the quality. I don't want to wish. I don't want to sit there going, I wish I had this. I wish I had that. The world owes me a living. You get out of this just like what Sharon said. You get out of this what you put into this. Okay? You get what you earn, not what you need. You see, I want my kids to have the best Christmas ever. And if I'm busy running up to it, they won't remember. Sorry. And if you're busy running up to Christmas, they won't remember that you were busy if you get them exactly what you want. They'll just remember that smile on their face on Christmas Day. You'll still be there when it counts, because it's not just Christmas Day you get to have with your kids. You can have every day with your kids because we work from home. We get to choose our hours. Okay, so it's Christmas. But when everybody else goes back on the 2nd of January, maybe you can take some special time out then because your kids will still be off from school. It doesn't have to, I'm not saying work Christmas Day, but running up to Christmas, you can choose to work if you want to, because your kids won't hold that against you when you're having a far better time with them, and that's better quality time because you put in the extra work running up to the Christmas period. So you can be winding down or you can be getting fired up. It's again a choice. There is no right or wrong. You're not going to be punished for winding down, but you decide what you want, because that's what made me work up to Christmas Eve, because of what I wanted. That's why, and again, it's not saying look how good I am, but the reason I earn £3,000 a month is because I made different choices to those people that don't earn £3,000 a month. The reason Neil earns £7,000 a month is because he's made different choices to me. But we're all individual and we all choose our own decisions. We all make our own decisions, but the choice is up to you. But decide what you want and what are you willing to do to get it. And how important are your family and friends? Because let's face it, whether you're in this for money or whether you're in this because of friendships or whether you're in this for your family and friends, it pretty much usually boils down to family and friends. Okay? Not always, but pretty much people are in this because of family and friends. So most people, when asked what is the most important thing to them, they will say family or friends. In other words, people and relationships. Yes, we want to spend quality time with those we love. Yes, we all enjoy socializing and fun times in life. But what fun are you if you're worried about debt, the cost of Christmas, if you can afford to do what your friends are doing, or you've had to say no again to the kids? Okay, it's not about spoiling them, but wouldn't you like the choice? Wouldn't you like to be able to say yes because you can and not no because you've no other choice? No, it's not all about money, but as a wise man once said, money isn't everything, but it ranks up there with oxygen. See, family and friends are important, but they won't be your family and friends for long if you're living in a field. Or you could have this mindset. What if you took advantage of the period, went all out, did more than you've ever done before, did catalogues as well as online, or did online as well as catalogues? Share your Christmas ideas, products, business opportunity with family and friends. What if your mindset was, if it isn't already, because I know some of you are, but if it isn't, what if it was, I will do whatever it takes so when the holiday is here, I can spend quality time with my family and friends, knowing in my heart I did everything possible to make it the best quality time ever. So I won't have to worry about expense, and they can have the best of me stress-free. What difference would £300 on Christmas Eve make to you and your family right now? How would it be different if you just had an extra £300? You see, we're in a retail business, guys, and most people in retail are either an employee or they own the business. You see, an employee's mindset, which is where most of us have come from, me included, is when you're working for somebody else, I can't wait for the holiday. I can't wait to put my feet up and just do nothing. Just sit and veg and watch TV and no responsibilities. Just make sure there's food on the table and go to Mongsville. All right? I used to do it all the time. I'm no different to anybody else. That was my employee mindset. Skive as much as possible at work. I'm getting paid anyway. Counting the days on the run up to Christmas. My Christmas calendar didn't tell me how quick it was to Christmas. It was how quick I could jack in the job for a couple of weeks. What's on Christmas TV? Let's go out and buy a better TV because Christmas is coming. There's all those great programs on. Let's get Sky, another expense that's not needed. Okay. Basically, everything that's on Sky is bloody recorded and repeated anyway. No work for 3 days, and if you're really lucky, 2 weeks if you're in the building trade or something like that. Let's put it on a credit card. Let's pay for it later. Let's have all the fun now and worry about the cost later. But by God, you do worry about that cost when those bills come through the letterbox and your credit card is maxed out. Christmas costs a fortune is an employee mindset. I can't afford Christmas. How can I afford to buy for my family, my friends? You're having those conversations. Possibly you've had those conversations of, don't worry about me this year, love. Just a box of chocolates will do. Or don't even get me a present at all is what I used to get from some people because they were worried about my financial situation. My mother recently just said, don't worry about me. And it's like, Mother, I'm earning a lot more now than when I used to get you all sorts of stuff. I'll take you out for lunch, Mum. She's like, oh, don't buy me anything. I'm like, no, I'm taking you out for lunch, or I'll take you to a show, because I can do that now. Most people in an employee mindset are dreading going back to work after the Christmas holiday. And the hype and the wind-up for a few days and the stress, is it really worth it when you're an employee? You see, the shop owner who employs these people is probably thinking, hey, this is the best time of year. This is where we make the most money. There's not much make the most of it. There's not long left. A few weeks. Earn as much as possible, then play hard. Get what you deserve. Put it in, get it out. What a Christmas the family and I will have. I love the fact I can afford to get the kids what they want. My wife, husband will look amazing in those new clothes I bought them. Being able to treat the people you love and care about is far more rewarding than watching a bit of TV. I'm looking forward to the show with our friends. I used to buy my mum chocolates and things like that because it was all I can afford. For the last couple of years, I've taken 7 of us to a pantomime or to a proper show or the theatre or whatever, and I've paid for the 7 of us to go because I could. And you're talking about £30–40 a ticket for the cheapest ones. Now again, that ain't bragging. I ain't saying, look how good I am, because I aren't. I was just as bad as most people. I was £30,000 in debt. I turned up to my first meeting in ripped jeans and a crate of Stella. But when you make these other choices, it gives you other choices. So hurry, hurry, hurry. There's not long left now. Soon Christmas will be over. It's only a couple of days, guys. It's not a couple of months. Take advantage of this season so that you can give the best of you to those you love. What about the sponsoring mindset? This used to be me, okay? Too close to Christmas. I'm going to stop calling my leads. It's getting closer and closer to Christmas, and people don't want to join. They'd rather spend £25 on Christmas presents than join in my business. Anyway, I don't want to do any getting started sessions over the holidays. I'm spending it with my kids. I don't have time, so I may as well stop now. Spending time with my family was priority. That's what I wanted to do most. I couldn't be bothered calling the leads because I'd already made excuses that they weren't going to join. But when I changed my mindset to Christmas is only actually one day of the year, I started to get really excited. You see, some people won't join on the run up to Christmas. That's inevitable, but some always do as well. I also know many say they will join after Christmas, and they do, but they won't if you don't call them. I know many people have their personal best in sponsoring in January because of the work they did running up to Christmas. Besides, thousands of people don't want to go back to work and make a New Year's resolution to find new work. Okay? So lots of people out there are still looking for opportunities on the run up to Christmas. If you make the calls leading up to Christmas, if you're sponsoring and you make the calls leading up to Christmas, you will get some that join, and you'll get some that join in the new year. If you don't make those calls, I guarantee you'll get nobody join and nobody join in the new year, and you won't be any better off. I'm not saying work right up to Christmas Day, but I have known people sponsor people in on Christmas Day, believe it or not. I'm not saying you've got to do that. Christmas is a time for the family, and it's a time to be spent well, but Christmas is a couple of days. It's not an entire period. It's not a full month. Take advantage of it, because you will be rewarded. The people who put the work in always get rewarded. It's the law of the universe. You see, our next paycheck is on Christmas Eve, and it could be a paycheck where you're checking in your pockets, seeing what pennies you've got left, wondering how you're going to go into January, pay off the credit cards and everything else that you spent over Christmas, and looking at a measly wage packet. Or it could be a play check where you've put the work in, you've got a few £100, if not a few £1,000, depending where you are in the pay plan. But taking advantage of the situation means you could be either smiling or frowning come Christmas, come New Year. Okay? Our next paycheck is on New Year's Eve, on Christmas Eve. What would you do with an extra £300 to £500 on Christmas Eve? You see, guys, it's up to you. There's no right or wrong. There's nobody telling you what you have to do. But this business is about choices. Success is about choices. Choices are either moving you away from what you want or they're moving you towards what you want. But it's your decisions, it's your actions at the end of the day that'll decide where you go. Okay,